And you know what? Let's put a pin on that because let's start with the good stuff first. Let's start with the
With the
Panthers
winners.
comeback.
This is a
Yeah,
Panthers
yeah,
channel. Carolina 27-24 over the Miami Dolphins after starting out the game down 17-0 after a couple of ugly turnovers. They fought back. That's something Baltimore don't know how to do, or they forgot how to do. They played hard. Rico Dowdle with a career day. He went over
yes.
200 yards today. So shout out to him.
He
Xavier
he
Legette
tied a
also,
franchise
I think,
record.
probably a career day.
He
Well,
tied
no,
he
he
tied
was
a
tied for
franchise record.
second.
Second. Okay.
Tied for second with Jonathan Stewart. Xavier Legette wasn't worthless today. So that's always a plus.
Jimmy
Horn was
Horn
out there.
made a big
made
catch.
a couple of little plays. Yeah. So Jimmy should be active moving forward. I think we established that.
Yeah.
Even though they've had some injuries, the O-line is still fighting. I'm not gonna say they weren't perfect, obviously, but hey, they opened up some huge holes for Rico Dowdle. All right,
They sure did.
I think overall, outside of the very beginning, it was a really good day for Carolina. The defense really stepped up. They stopped Miami 4 or 5 times in a row while Carolina was trying to come back.
Yeah,
that's what a defense winning the game looks like.
They almost collapsed at the end there. They gave that touchdown to Jalen Waddle. I was like, but I was saying to myself, it was a little too fast.
So, yeah, they had too much time. Too much time for the Reaper.
Yeah.
It's funny that I think it's almost like they can only win when the opposing coach is on the hot seat a little bit. Like Raheem Morris, there's been rumors about him, and they fired a coach right after that game. Mike McDaniel, they've been talking about him since like week 2. Bryce Young likes to shuffle people on out the league.
Let's take a look at some stats real quick. First of all, Tua had a good game. He had a good game. 27 for 36, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. Devon Achane had, well, he didn't have a good game. He had
they shut down that run.
Right, but he did have a touchdown, a receiving touchdown.
An amazing touchdown catch. I mean,
he
looked like a wide receiver 1 on that play.
Jalen Waddle looked good. Darren Waller, another good game, back to back. Is he back, B? Is Darren Waller back?
One, yes, Darren Waller is back. That's why I picked him up as soon as he announced he was coming back out of retirement. Second, Carolina can't cover tight ends, so of course he had a good game today. They should have targeted him more, but he's still kind of working his way into shape. He was on a snap count and all that. But yeah, the defense is soft on the back end. They're soft in the secondary. They can't cover tight ends. Their linebackers aren't particularly good, but up front against the run, they show up. And they got some pressure onto it today, particularly later in the game.
Well, yeah, you had Ashawn Robinson had a sack. Derek Brown had a sack. Patrick Jones had a sack. And that was needed.
Yeah.
That one was needed. Let's take a look at your stats. Bryce Young, he had an early interception, but outside of that, he played pretty well. 19 for 30, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the 1 pick that I mentioned. Rico Dowdle, like you said, 206 yards on 23 carries and a touchdown. Trevor Etienne, he didn't have a lot of yards, but that run that he had then after Jimmy Horn's catch that got you down to like the 5 or the 4, that was needed too. That got you to first and goal. So that was good for him. And it was a rookie that scored a touchdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mitchell Evans.
Mitchell Evans. Yep.
Mitchell Evans. Unfortunately, but you can't help it sometimes.
Well, the one thing I didn't like
are Irish, and the one who's not is inactive. So
now I'm glad Xavier Legette got in the game and caught some passes, but I don't like that he scored a touchdown before Tedoroa McMillan got his first touchdown. Yeah. Tedoroa had another solid game. 6 catches, 73 yards. Xavier Legette 2 catches, 31 yards and a touchdown. Well, go ahead, B.
Yeah, no, that was a great catch he made on the touchdown. And I see people kind of pumping him up online, and that's cool. He had a day, but he did only catch 2 passes. So let's pump the brakes as well. Let's not let this car get out of control. All right, he caught 2 passes for 31 yards. But like I said, he wasn't worthless today. He made a couple of big plays for him. So that's progress. Jimmy Horn, like I said, he contributed, so that's progress. You want to see him being active. This is more what I thought the offense would look like with Rico Dowdle. running the ball. But obviously with Hubbard and Dowdle, so hopefully they can keep that going when Hubbard comes back, and they won't be just using up one of the running backs, because Rico was struggling towards the end of the game. He was tired. He started cramping up and everything.
Yeah.
But that's why they have him and Chuba. Chuba just unfortunately out this week. But no, it was a great comeback. Honestly, I thought it was probably over when it was 17-0. But Miami went Miami after that, and Carolina never gave in.
Well, when I was thinking that at first, because your body language was all off, right? And I was like, man, this don't look good. But when they scored a touchdown, I was like, okay, they're gonna come back, And they never let it get out of hand after that.
Yeah.
They slowly climbed back in, and that's why I knew it was 17-13. I was like, yeah, nah, Miami ain't winning this game, So
yeah,
good win for Panthers. But this is what we were talking about. Big win, shutout win against the Falcons. Got beat down against the Patriots. Get a big comeback win against the Dolphins. This is what it's going to look like for the Panthers throughout the year. They're going to have some ups and downs. This is what happens when you're going through a transition phase, right? You're not there yet, but you have a couple pieces. You try to figure out the rest of the team, and you're just not quite there. You're going to have some good weeks. You're going to have some bad weeks. It's going to be a mixed bag. So enjoy the season. Enjoy the season.